Welcome to Mbuya Parent School and Kindergarten, situated in Kampala City with modern, well-equipped facilities, plus extensive playing fields and amenities. Mbuya Parent School believes that a better future lies where children know how to find and create balances in themselves and the world around them. This explains our fusion of academic subjects and co-curricular activities. There are many opportunities presented to them to flourish both in and outside the classroom.
I want to become a president when I grow up.
I want to be a pilot.
I will be the best fashion designer.
Mbuya Parent School. The sky is our limit.
Hello everyone. My name is Okelo Pafras, a teacher of Mbuya Parent School, Primary 4, teaching social studies. Allow me to send regards to my children of Primary 4 from wherever they are and tell them that today is our first electronic lesson that we are going to have on the topic physical features in our district. But before we talk about this topic, I want to set targets for you. And one of the targets is that by the end of this lesson, you children should be able to define the word physical features. Another thing that you should be able to do is to identify the examples of physical features and the types of physical features. Another thing that I want you to master and you should be able to do is drawing some of the physical features that are found in our district or in any district that you are in. Let's start our lesson. I said we are talking about physical features in our district. For me, I am in Kampala, but I now know most of you are in different districts. Maybe you are in Arua, you are in Mbarara, you are in any other place you are. Those physical features are found in those districts. Before we talk about the physical features, we have to know what physical features are. What are physical features? Physical features are landforms of an area. Physical features are landforms of an area. I want to emphasize on the spelling of the word features. Children, can we spell the word features together? Repeat after me. F-E-A-T-U-R-E-S. Features. Let's move on. In the environment, there are different physical features. That's why I started by saying where you are, there are physical features. Where I am right now, there are physical features. But before we go away from this statement, what is environment? Environment is man and his surroundings. But still, many of you tend to spell the word environment wrongly. But let's again spell the word environment together. E-N-V-I-R-O-N-M-E-N-T. Environment. Let us continue with our lesson. We are now going to talk about the examples of physical features. Examples of physical features. In this case, we are not looking at a physical feature maybe in Kampala, but examples, whether they are in Kampala, whether they are in Arua, whether they are in Gulu, whether they are in Mbarara, but we are talking about the examples of physical features, and one of them is mountains. The next one is hills. Another physical feature is lakes. Another physical feature, number 4, is valleys. And now, this is where we have another problem. The spelling of the word valleys. Most of you also tend to spell the word valleys wrongly. Can we again spell the word valleys together? Valleys. V-A-L-L-E-Y-S. Valleys. Let's move on to other physical features. The Rift Valley. Here also you should take note of these words. They are two words, they are not one word. So you leave a space somewhere after writing the word rift. You leave some space, then you write the word valleys. But you read the whole word as Rift Valleys. Let's move on to the next physical feature, which is plains. In primary 3, most of you were able to tell me that a plain is like a plain paper. But now, we don't say that a plain is like a plain paper, but we shall say a plain is a large, flat piece of land. A large, flat piece of land. Let us continue to another physical feature, which is the springs. This one, some of you right now who are in Kasese, I know you have ever gone to these places. Even if you have never gone, I think you will ask daddy or mommy to take you to see the springs. Another physical feature is the plateaus. We said in primary 3 that plateaus are raised flat pieces of land. In simple terms, we said these are tablelands because they look like tables. And even when you are in your house there, when you get a table, you find that it is raised, but on top it is flat. That's why we call these plateaus raised flat pieces of land. Another physical feature that we shall talk about later, maybe the seas and the oceans. Now, physical features found in our district. For me, I am here in Kampala. Our school is found in Kampala district, and in Kampala we have different physical features. But maybe the physical feature that is found in Kampala is not the physical feature that is found in Mbarara. I may be having a lake here when a lake is not in Arua. I may be having a hill here when there is no hill. Do not say that there are no physical features in Arua. They are there, but their examples differ according to the place where you are. Since I am in Kampala, I'm going to talk about the physical features that we normally see here in Kampala. And you should also identify the physical features found in any place where you are. Our first physical feature is the hills. When we are talking about the history of Kampala, we said that Kampala got its name from an animal called impala, which used to stay on hills. And these hills were 7 in number. And when the people of Britain came, they started seeing these antelopes running to these hills of Kampala, and they named them Hills of Impala. And then the Baganda, because they didn't know English, they named the hills, they said Akazozi Kampala, getting the name Kampala. Are we together? Let's look at these hills that are found in Kampala by name. The first hill is Nicasio Hill. And this is the diagram of Nicasio Hill. Some of you are going to say, this teacher, I don't know what he's talking about. He's talking about a hill, but he's showing us diagram, houses. No, this hill, since it is in Kampala. Kampala is a city, and there is development in the city. And in fact, on this hill, you will find the Parliament of Uganda. You will find the State House. For some of you who watch television, you have seen Museveni talking. And they show Nicasio, State House Nicasio. Museveni is on top of this hill. That is where our State House is. Another hill that we shall talk about is Namirembe Hill. That is another hill of Impala. And this is the hill. Still, it has also been occupied by settlements, buildings, and the most important building that you need to know that is found on Nicasio Hill is this church. On Namirembe, I beg your pardon, Namirembe Hill is this church. And this is the church for the Anglicans, the biggest church we have here in Uganda. Let's move on to Rubaga Hill. Even Rubaga Hill is also another hill that has this very beautiful church. But this one now is for the Catholics. Let's move on to another hill that we have in Kampala, Makerere Hill. I know many times when you are in your area wherever you are, maybe Arua, maybe you hear of Makerere, Makerere, Makerere. Makerere is a hill, but some of us know that Makerere is a university. It is a hill, and a university is built on top of it, and I encourage you to study very well, such that you come and study on top of this hill. You can see how nice the building is. Are we together? Let's move on. Another physical feature that is found in Kampala are the lakes. And that lake that we see in Kampala is Lake Victoria. And I know most of you know this lake because it is one of the lakes that is talked about. Let's move on to others, valleys. Please, my dear children, I want to emphasize the spelling of the word valleys. Please, make sure you write the correct spelling of the word valleys. Another one is plateaus. In primary 3, we said that a plateau is the largest physical feature that covers the largest part of our sub-county. Even in Kampala, it is the largest physical feature. But let's move together because I saw some of you spelling the word plateaus wrongly. Let's spell the word plateaus together. Plateau. P-L-A-T-E-A-U-S. Plateaus. I told you in primary 3 that when a group of things come together, one day, one time, you are going to see that these things are too many to be in this group. And therefore, it needs you to divide them. So even physical features are many, and they need to be divided. And these physical features are divided into 2 types. Sometimes in exam they say, write down the 2 categories of physical features. And you say, but Teacher Okello said the types of physical features. The word categories can be used to mean types of physical features. So children, let's look at these types of physical features. The first one is relief features. Let us move together and first spell the word relief. Are we together? Relief. R-E-L-I-E-F. Relief. Together, relief. R-E-L-I-E-F. Relief. Let us continue and see another type of physical feature, which is drainage physical features. Together again, we spell the word drainage. Drainage. D-R-A-I-N-A-G-E. Drainage. Hoping you are following me very well. Let us now talk about these physical features one by one. The first type is relief. And before we talk about the relief physical features, we first have to know, what does the word relief mean? The word relief means the physical appearance of the land. I want to try to use simple words. Maybe I will tell you that the word relief means the natural shape, the way the land is shaped. When you stand somewhere, you see as if somewhere is down. And when you go down, as if again you are seeing some people up. So that is what we call the relief of an area, the way the land is shaped. So the word relief means the physical appearance of the land. Now, what are relief physical features? These are landforms that show the physical appearance of the land. These are landforms that make the shape of the land, that shape our land. Let's look at the examples of these relief physical features. Number 1 is the mountains. And that is a very beautiful diagram of a mountain. And I told you that you should be in position to draw at least a diagram of any physical feature that you have learned about. Let me hope you will draw for me a nice mountain and send for me on WhatsApp. Next is the hills. And that is the diagram of the hills. Like for us, In our school, we are on top of Mbuya Hill. So maybe you are also on top of another hill where you are. But that is the diagram of a hill. Let's move on to another example of a relief physical feature, which is the valleys. Please. I want you to note that what we are showing you right now are the examples of relief physical features, those physical features that form the natural appearance of the land. Please note that one. So whatever you are seeing right now are the examples of relief physical features. Don't mix them. Let's continue. Another physical feature is the plateaus. And the diagram of the plateaus is there. These are the examples of relief physical features. One, the mountains. And what you are seeing in the picture is a mountain. This is a picture of a mountain. And you should also be in position to draw it very well. Let's move on to another relief physical feature, the hills. And what you are seeing coming here is the picture of a hill. Let's move on to another one, the valleys. This one is a picture of a valley. Let me emphasize something here. In primary 3, we said that a valley is a lowland between two hills or mountains. And as you can see in this picture, this one is a hill, and the other side also there is a hill. And in between them, there is a lowland. And this lowland is the one we call the valley. Are we together? Let's move on. The plateaus. This one is the picture of a plateau showing a raised tableland, a piece of land that is raised but flat. And I know you know how to draw a symbol of a plateau. Let's move on. This is the statement that I was telling you, that a plateau is the largest physical feature covering the most parts of our district. Put that one in mind. What we have just looked at are the examples of relief physical features. We have not yet looked at the examples of drainage physical features. Are we together, children? Another one is the Rift Valley. Still we are on relief physical features. These physical features that make the shape of the land. And this one is a picture of a Rift Valley. Let us continue and look at now the plains. You can see the plain area. We said it is a large area of flat land. And in this picture, you can see, you can even play football if you were to be here. You can even play football if you are to be there. This one is a picture showing a plain area. Let us continue. Now, the other type of physical feature is drainage physical features. Before we talk about the examples, it is better we understand the meaning. The word drainage, children, itself means the water system of an area, meaning that all the drainage physical features contain water. In this, when they talk about drainage physical features, you should only talk about those physical features that contain water. Am I clear? Let us continue. Examples of drainage physical features. Only these physical features that contain water. Do not bring any other physical feature that we have talked about from the first place. Lakes. they have water. Another one, you see, this one is the picture of a lake. And I don't know how many of you will draw for me a lake. You remember in primary 3 we say that we use color blue to show water bodies. So draw a lake and the color with the color blue to show the water body. I don't know who is going to be the best there. Send me the picture on WhatsApp. Let us continue. Another one is the rivers. I know most of you know River Nile, River Nile. But there are other rivers that we shall talk about when we are only talking about rivers, like River Achwa, like River Katonga, and other rivers. And you can see, we said in primary 3 that a river is a mass of flowing water on the earth's surface. And you can see this river coming from up here, and it comes up to down the side. That is a picture of a river. Let us continue. Another physical feature that contains water are the springs. For those of you who might be living in Kasese, you have gone to that place where you find the warm boiling water on the earth's surface. These are the springs. Even those people who come from Mbale, they are also there. Let's move on. Another one is the streams. These ones are, they look like rivers, but they are not big. For them, they are small. And in most cases, you'll find them maybe in swampy areas. That is where you'll find some of the streams. Let's move on. This one, the sea and the oceans, may not be here in Uganda, may not be in Kampala, they may not be in Arua, they may not be in Gulu, they may not be in Mbarara, but they are also examples of drainage physical features because they are landforms that contain water. Okay. As we come to the end of our lesson, I want to leave you with an activity that you are supposed to do and send me that work via our WhatsApp platforms. But remember, Corona is still available. Stay home, stay safe.